The Angel Clark Show.
Welcome back to the Liberty Train on the Angel Clark Show. I have on the line with me Michael RinoRemover and Michael Malice. So you can go to capitalismisfreedom.com. You can also head to michaelmalice.com. And Michael Malice just got all of his funding using a Kickstarter project to write the unauthorized autobiography of Kim Jong-il. And it sounds like it's going to be absolutely fascinating and absolutely awesome. But Mike RinoRemover, I believe that you had a very important question that you wanted to ask Michael.
As always. I mean, look, sure, people want to know like how you got in there and everything like that. But the question that's really on everyone's mind really is the pizza as good in North Korea?
Well, listen, I'm from Brooklyn, so compared to Brooklyn pizza, it doesn't matter if you're in North Korea or New Jersey, it's going to be garbage. There's absolutely no way for me to compare. I grew up in Bensonhurst, it's an Italian neighborhood. I've been eating that from my bottle feeding days. I did not have there. But actually, I'm sure it's terrible because they're not big on dairy, so the cheese is going to be awful. They don't have tomatoes. So I don't know how good it could be at all.
In other words, in North Korea, it's like crappy white pizza.
I don't know what it would. I can't even. It'd probably be more like a quiche, right? I mean, that's what they have in like Eastern Europe. They call it pizza, but it's basically a quiche. But I mean, these people don't have electricity. It seems, or I don't even know where they'd begin baking it. It must be some microwave stuff, I'm guessing.
Wow. And here's the other awesome part is that you just successfully compared North Korea to New Jersey. I mean, I can kind of see it. They're both led by loudmouth fatties. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Now, tell me, can you give me like some really bizarre factoids about North Korea and Kim Jong-il? Because I don't know as much as I like to act like I do.
Well, I'll give you a bunch, and let me just give you a little bit of background. People here make fun of all those factoids. Like much of what the state does, it has a self-serving purpose. North Korea was founded by Kim Jong-il's father, Kim Il-sung, after World War II. The idea that Kim Jong-il, who's a nobody loser, was going to take over for his war hero father was not in the cards. They had all this propaganda to put Kim Jong-il over as a notable successor. And no one in North Korea likes Kim Jong-il as much as they do his father, because when Kim Jong-il took over in the mid-90s is when the famine hit and when everyone started dying. So all these facts, it's propaganda for the people in a real sense. They're like, hey, this guy's just as awesome, and people aren't buying it. He's not as revered. So some of the great facts are when he went to the DMZ, which is the border between North and South Korea, it's heavily militarized, and he was within shooting range of the American imperialists, a fog appeared, and no one can see anything, and then he left, and the fog left. And the Americans are wringing their hands, saying how he's magic. He has perfect pitch.
So he justified not shooting people because a magic fog appeared so that he wouldn't be able to aim properly.
No, that's why we didn't shoot him. We're the aggressors. Come on.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I
We're
forgot.
the evil U.S. imperialists.
And he's the magical man.
Yes, yeah. He's magic. So it's very weird that this atheist country has these kind of like he's the child of heaven situation going on. And in fact, when I was in Pyongyang, there was a praying mantis, the insect, and I told my guide, I'm like, I thought this was an atheist country. Why is there a praying mantis? And she had no idea what I was talking about.
So they don't call it a praying mantis.
Well, I guess you got to know your audience if you're trying to be funny. And this was not a good, that was not a good joke over there. Other factoids are he has perfect pitch. Even better than like an electronic music, detector.
Of course, of course.
He did actually invent a new form of opera. He did change their calendar. He hates the Mona Lisa violently.
How could anyone hate the Mona Lisa?
Because art should have a clear message for the viewer.
That's right.
Wow.
That's right. And he knows about art.
Yeah, her cryptic. He wrote on the art of the opera, on the art of cinema, on the art of the dance, on modern art. And he was put in charge of their art scene in the 60s. So all North Korean art was really under his thumb, and that's why it's so bad.
Wow. Well, here's the thing too, though, is that I've seen some of the North Korean movies and musicals that have come out, right? You know, just randomly like flipping through documentaries and stuff, and I've seen like clips of them. I'm sorry, he really does know art.
Don't get sorry.
I mean, it's like the worst stuff that you've ever seen, right? I mean, that stuff is so bad that, like, I don't know how anyone could ever sit down and watch it. Oh, wait, I do. They've got guns to their heads.
Yeah, and actually, he says with a straight face, the premise of art in the Juche tradition is to tell tales about the leader and glorify his life. So not only does it have to be pro-communist, it has to be pro a specific communist, namely Kim Il-sung. So it's all have the same plots. It's so wacky and bizarre. And in fact, I mean, this is, and you know, statism is often self-defeating, not often enough, sadly. But this is why a lot of the regime is losing the appeal of the people, because they see these stupid South Korean soap operas, right? And yeah, they might be stupid, but it's a change of pace from talking about, you know, the evil Japs, you know, for once. Even if people are just having affairs, it's still titillating and fun. So, you know, the propaganda is not serving the purpose that they want it to serve.
It's the best that they have.
Right.
That would be like if we were all forced to sit down and watch The Jersey Shore or Honey Boo Boo.
No, it's like we're forced to watch school plays about Thanksgiving and the Founding Fathers all the time. That's the equivalent.
Oh, that's horrible. See, I was trying to think of like the worst television that I could imagine, but you had to take it to that next level, didn't you?
Yeah, and it would, an amateur at this.
And it would be like little kids' plays as well, and everyone would be off tune.
Yeah, and it's like, and the message is beaten over your head, and the histrionics, and it's just like you're just checking your watch. Is this over? You know,
no, it's not over. There's still another 40 kids that have to perform. What is wrong with you? How dare you not recognize how wonderful this is? All right, we have to step away for just a moment. So the Angel Clark Show will return. More with Mike RinoRemover and Michael Malice on RadioFreedom.us.
This is the Angel Clark Show.